84 your mamo akwapapa daily update TV ne so na message send na channel so no hit adomana mam no subscribe no like some drop in latest news bia obejibre na so onsa etumi akabi na ye borra ensem na the latest news for etumi abebom ni yes convict NPP ni mapebia am say ye chini to my babonti this time was we ready to confess ni say nah, so NPP for the car abani na mobo nechi nesi de na say obe converse or say yes. Oni mu penny for one people mu nyina omu deal with cocaine nyina odidini nyina betunye say eish. And this time no and then masha see turning against well on ne den sama bana me pese ye borem ne chin sem ne biye ba de akabia no ye de mu ensem ebebra mu
go prison ya madam for bia ekonya no o hwe ye show no mpo onu aye ready so be boy NPP for cocaine di no ofre me o body me sri ya na say oh let's keep it omu be catch obi so cocaine oh the person they have sent to come and do this dirty game is Reverend in team for Joe and the fault you have Oketechie and co say Mugabe mitifie me pe juma man fa me and am fa Oketechie so mbe ye juma ha me boa me frɛ wa mama me juma we akwasuba we mu di ni be ye juma wa o double Julius Zebra juma mu na nka me mpom be ye juma me njipe we won so be ye won so be gu ye unfi look at this guy odi na fu na nam go to Kumasi and God also your hin e wo hin fa e ya no dwane num he e di ni kro kita kra num em say it's a borrowed name he wants to feel big about the free fan name or something ejebi syndrome who be ma be na wo mu National Commission on they should go narcotic control. They should by now they should be at his doorstep. If this one is Jack Price's work, he should do it fast. They should pull him. He should stay there and answer. He should write his statement and prove how John Mahama is involved in cocaine. What do you mean? The NDC as a political party abhors cocaine. Yes, growing up and seeing the NDC led by former President Jerry John Rawlings. Do you know how it started? Rawlings, he will stop you. All those cocaine people, he arrested them. He busted their gangs. If you don't know the history, let me tell you. And the tradition has followed through. Look, if you are an NDC person and you are acting in the center, you are being monitored by the Council of Elders. You cannot go and do anything on your own will and come and think that you get shielded. Though. Let me tell you something. Bas Brandon, me ativo, assembly by. Look at how, didn't we have party elders? Couldn't they just say that, swear, assemble NDC. So, you cannot be in the NDC and be doing dirty things.
Abugapele.
Yes, Abugapele. It happened to him. He was a close friend of John Mahama. They grew up together. They went to almost the same secondary school. They were friends. They entered parliament together. Asem too, no. Obi Bejinaneti. NDC is not like that. Oh. NDC will not condone you to go and bring cocaine money into the party to come and use it to control anybody.
Party, yes,
we will believe. You and Forba. If it is Gary and Pepe, we'll try and contain it until the time comes that we are in power. And we are modest when we are in power. But
dear Nebama is training for me to me about Muslims so more class in only evidence.
Let me come in. Well. I mean, I don't know whether as a party we are not learning from our mistakes. This is the same boy, FIFA is the same boy who in 2016 brought out the allegation that His Excellency John Mahama had bought a hotel in Dubai.
Yes.
And it sank into people's heads. After he lost the election, His Excellency lost the election in 2016. And then Oketechie, decided that he was moving from NPP to NDC. He came to confess that it was jandam. That was the first time I heard that word, jandam. That it was lies. He made up those lies. When that boy, Oketechie, put out that allegation in 2016, our communication was quiet. We didn't fight it. Our security agencies were quiet. We didn't get him to come and prove. Look, under Nanado, Manase Azure had to run to South Africa. Yes. Because he had to run for his life.
Yes.
Because chased. You cannot just come and make allegations and walk away free. Yeah. But Oketechie has done it before. And he thinks that it is okay to still do it. Yeah. So he's doing it. And our communication team, they are not fighting back. They are not talking to say that, listen, what this man is saying is true. Our national security, for such a serious allegation to be made against the president, Oketeche is still sitting down. He hasn't been called to come and prove. He who alleges must prove. You have alleged that the president is bathing in cocaine. Please, national security, Jakpa, whoever is in charge, national security coordinator, say, I mean, we cannot do business as usual because we suffered before we won power in 2024. We suffered. So we cannot be doing business as usual. We don't want any father for all thing where, he's Ghanaian. Look, we have freedom of speech in our constitution, but the freedom of speech also has obligations. That your opinion ends at the tip of my nose, where mine starts from. So you cannot come and, spew out lies.
You must be responsible.
You have, as a journalist, you are trained, but I doubt he's a journalist. I doubt he's a trained journalist. Most people who are presenters call themselves journalists without the necessary training, and so I doubt that he knows that the tenets of journalism.
He's been in the media for
so he's not a trained journalist. He doesn't know the ABCs of it. But
he's a journalist.
He's a journalist. Okay. But he's a Jandam journalist. We as a party cannot allow these lies to go on, to foster on. This started with Team Fojo, and I'm very sad to say to our communication people this afternoon that I thought that they would have handled it in such a way that by now they've squashed it, but it's still going on, and in Team Fojo still has the audacity to talk. Yet we all know that whatever Team Fojo is talking about is their lies. Nothing like that happened. The company, Ahmed, has come out to say, has issued a statement to say that, look, we are a medical ambulance, air ambulance. We fly from countries to countries to pick up patients. In case people don't know what an air ambulance is, when people are traveling, like American citizens, like in my daughter's school, for instance, when I was enrolling here, they made me sign that in case of an emergency, an ambulance will pick her from here straight to America. You pay for it. So we have American citizens in this country who have insurance, medical insurance, that wherever they find themselves and they fall sick, that insurance company would pay for an airline to come and pick them emergency and fly them back wherever their country is for medical. So that is what they do. They are an air medical ambulance. So according to the statement I read, they said that they came here for routine checkup. They came to change their tires, refueled, and went back. So my plea to that company is that Ahmed ambulance, please, they are still destroying your name and tagging you with cocaine. Come and sue them. Come and sue them immediately. Now, airport company, you also sat there and allowed this Jandam, the lies, to go on. You as airport company, Ghana Airport Company Limited, you owed a duty to the presidency and to this government to have come out immediately.
But they have done that.
No. Did you read the statement? It was to protect some of them. It was personal. That statement was personal.
So why are we still keeping some of them?
I don't want to talk about that. That is none of my business. My business is that Team Fojo is alleging that a plane came to the airport, of which the Airport Company Limited is responsible for, and Team Fojo has made allegations against that plane. As Airport Company Limited, you sat down for the allegations to go into people's heads without coming out to tell us that what the man is saying is not true, and tell us the business of the airmed and what you owed us a duty. You failed to do that, and then when you waited and waited and realized that issue was not dying, then you issued a statement to cover your MD, that your MD was being attacked.
What is that MD still doing there?
But that's I don't want to talk about that. That is not my issue. Is about allegations that have been made under my Bogabi. My issue right now is that the airport company limited, they owed us a duty to tell Ghanaians that what the man said was not true, because every how do you call it, every plane that lands at the airport, they pay money, landing fees to Ghana Airport Company Limited. Yeah. Do you understand? They pay monies to them, and so it's not free. So if you are rendering the service and you realize that there's been an illegal substance that has come onto your space, it is up to you as the director or the company, I'm not going to personalize this, the company, to ensure that you investigate and come out to the public and tell us that what the man is saying is not true. You waited and then now you come and tell us that it is a smear campaign against the MD, and so you will take action. That is not what I wanted to hear in that statement. So Ghana Airport Company Limited, come and tell us what you need to tell us so that we can lay this issue to rest. Look, Mugabe, I have some NPP people on my timeline on Facebook. Mm-hmm. And they are having fun. Oh, what has happened to the ECG containers? What has happened to the cocaine? They were. We all know that what Intim Fojo is saying, they are lies. We all know. However, it looks like our communication has been a little weak on it. And that is why in the third week we are still talking about it. Otherwise, we should not be talking about this. Otherwise, we should be talking about Nkuko Kiti right now. So,
Afenyo is not ready to say what the papa never call.
Look, he says he has a parliamentary immunity. Yo. So you hide under parliamentary immunity and then you spew lies.
No money parliamentary immunity.
Listen, Ghanaians.
And is the NDC or power and an MP before who say parliamentary immunity? You name MPs do omo yachi omo fi yabo omo abongo edu makwako jina BNI so in this country. And
wako jina hono mo say intimidation. Ghanaians, anybody who lies and is arrested, they are not arrested, they are invited. The person is not being arrested. They are invited to come and give evidence. Who will say where will be? And they say bra. And I be afraid say bra. Mama evidence, you know. Why are you now shouting intimidation?
Friday also
why are you shouting intimidation if you have evidence? So you are not being arrested. You are being invited to come and give us the evidence, because His Excellency has said he's ready and willing, if it is true, to punish anybody that is involved in this. So if they are inviting you, why are you running away? In Team Fojo, why are you running away? You wouldn't know who. And I say, but try and who ye. Now you're watching Crawford. What's the intimidation? How is this intimidation? And now you are running behind a parliamentary immunity. I think that look, nobody. Do you know why we are in a democracy? The tenets of democracy is clear. Nobody is above the law. Yes. Whether you are a president, whether you are an MP, nobody is above the law. So if you commit a crime by creating fear and panic, and by tarnishing the image of Ghana, and by through lies, by saying there's been some drugs in the country, because whatever you are saying, you are tarnishing the image of the country, because said you can enyampa, but wouldn't throw tarnishing the image of the country. You should be invited to come and prove the allegation, and that is not intimidation. That is you not being above the law, to face the law, so that next time you will not use lies to tarnish the image of the country.
Alisa,
how
much is it?
What do you want? What do you buy?
Rule of law, I say.
Me say there be the buy would it be the same thing you then they call it intimidation. What did they make an say? The buy would it be your intimidation? Mugabe. Small boy, we are more can say me. Yes, 36 or so day. MP, Reverend Team Voto. Me, I will not acknowledge this a reverend because Osinyame na friend.
Subain
the telephone number ben na nyame the friend. Person me. And no friend Sudan ni ben na tire say call biaba.
Osinyame na there.
A friend until you should give us proof. through any means say, oh, nyamine frame me, or frame me, that's it. And now in come share or the mommy saying, Tinamu Gabi Jiraho. Because
my man is sick, okay, apreku my daughter. Or say, Yami friend, and Yami say, apreku my daughter, apreku see a bema.
What's I say? It's a bit Americano. By their deeds, we shall know them. Me now, they actually me, as I sit here, I have 6 other brothers. All of them, they know the Bible more than you. I'm telling you, they are reverend ministers as I sit here. And you know that we fight every day. When it's about God, why not? When it's about God, it's not the amount of Christian words in your mouth. It is your action that I look at. The action you put out. Usubaina dead, you know. And then me, Alistair, who say Yamisu, and then the buying. Now, what trans your Maya Kasai, maybe so that bain away ye dark rumpo. Say, oh, cocaine asem, ewa sorry. Oh, Reverend, no catch me. You're a young person. When have you gone in a youth retreat across Accra where there's drugs, or in the northern region where drugs have been talked about, or in that same area where you come from, and put your legs, say, and then me spend 1 day or 2 days to talk about drugs with the youth so that they stay away from it? What efforts have you done? Your party was in power, the party that you joined. We are in this country. Somebody traveled through American corridors for more than 50 times. He was being monitored. Also an MP, member of parliament. He lacked wisdom. Or to say kwekwana say no say or the nyanse nyina efu ya or the ko tu na nim intekumaka say fatu wachi. Who to kwa you know you have illegal substances. Say nya ni bria wako 1 when nyai. Wako 2 when nyai. Wako 3 when nyai. Wako sa 50 and America for achi wa bet TV so life. The show bibia it brought J. Kufuor's government down. If it was not for the Millennium Challenge account that Indum brought with the money that they brought in, it brought Kufuor's administration down. And today you are saying what? Look, in the 60s, when Buzia was in power, we know those of your people who were doing cocaine. If not for the fact that I will hurt some people or you step on people's toes, like a body nanka, who will say, "Won't think for your baby, I will free bano." A honey a chichri cocaine. And like I've told Ghanaians, NDC for. You cannot hide behind the party and even go and attempt to go and do galamsey. Expose you. The NDC hates things, abhors things that are national ills. Yes, as social democrats, we don't believe that cocaine should be part of our society. We don't believe it. Our action has shown, and I'm a car from J.J. Rawlings' time, through Professor Mills' time, through even James first coming. Jeremy just came in 90 days. So if you this thing it's a plot. It's a long way plot. And it's a long route. It's a long haul business. It could pass through many countries. And it takes